Yo, what's good? It's your man Zobeone Knobe with NoMadHoops, man. I'm up here right now with GhostRidah. You know, everybody's been in this crazy chat today, man, trying to figure out like what the hell is going on because no one had any idea. Like, oh, who's Zobeone? Like, who is this guy? And we had the Intimidator from Unprotected Hoops, blowing everybody up and started some stuff inside of the chat. It was all for the good, but I was able to get GhostRidah on, man. Shoot, man, GhostRidah used to roll with, and he still reps YPA. We all got older. Everybody knew each other like 10 years ago, but as you can see, he's here driving, and we're trying to make sure that he gets to his destination safe because we don't want him, running into anything or anybody. So, man, go ahead, man. You
I'll,
can shout yourself.
yeah, I'll try to keep safe.
So, I mean, like, so what they was talking about in the chat was pretty much, street ball in a whole. So, okay, to bring everybody up to speed, what we've been talking about is what is street ball. How do you view street ball? And what we've learned so far from everybody that's been in the chat and communicating is that street ball is viewed differently between all the different groups. You might see street ball different if you're from the West Coast. You might see street ball different if you're from the Midwest. You might see street ball different if you're from the dirty South or from the East Coast. So it's wild how everybody sees it. Myself personally, I know that street ball is the ground, the foundation of basketball. Like you have to start somewhere. Like in the last episode that we talked with Kit Kat, Myth, and Intimidator, we all talked and we came to the agreement that that's the start. That's where it's all at. But now the conversation has gone from just the start, but more freestylers, and there's a lot of freestylers in the chat, and a lot of people don't consider freestyle as street ball, but freestyle is a part of street ball. It just isn't liked or is frowned upon by, I don't want to say real ball players. It's frowned on upon by players that do not use crafty tricks to get buckets. So
Well, I mean, it's funny you bring that up because at the time that I was doing it, there was this thing where we were fighting the freestyle movement with everybody else because we didn't put ourselves in that same group at the time. So when we saw people like rolling on the ground and doing like the stuff around their head and all that, we were like, no, that's not us. We're not part of that group either. We're part of a group that is, we want to come up with moves and then we want to do them on people. So we weren't into like just the halftime show or anything like that. We were more into coming up with like different ways to set up your opponent, different ways to cross people, get their get them so they're standing a certain way so we can pull off this move, come up with like a new thing to make them turn around. Like we didn't want any part of the like the roll on the ground stuff or the stuff where people were like doing flips and stuff and like we were just like, no, that's not us. That's fine. That has a place too. But that's just not us. Ours was just like the rawness of who can dribble the fastest, who had the best crossover, whose Allen Iverson crossover looked the best, who had the best stiff leg, um, and like who can make somebody turn around more. And then we started getting clumped into that where it was like if you couldn't get buckets, you're a freestyler. So like, you got to keep in mind. I'm pulling over too, by the way.
no, you good.
Am I coming? Am I coming through okay? Like, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You good, man. You
Okay.
good, man. You got it. You're on point. As a matter of fact, you just said something that resonates with a lot of people, man. And if I was from the West Coast, I guess I would be YPA, man, because I honestly believe that if you're a freestyler, if you didn't get buckets, you know, so you might be doing tricks because there's people out there that do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of tricks, but they can't finish. They can't get to the basket. They can't get by nobody. Not for real, for real. Um, so it's wild.
Well, the frustrating thing was that like guys like me who like let's face it, I'm a 5'9" white guy. I'm not going to the NBA, right? I'm not going to be out there. I can't hoop with like based on what with my athleticism. I couldn't go out there and ball with like the main event. I couldn't go out there and ball with air up there and really be able to compete at the level that they were at. So, guys like me who, still could score, still good at basketball, but they primarily focused on embarrassing the opponent, we kind of got lost. And that's where I kind of got, I started losing because I saw that they were focused on okay, that's great and all, but did he finish? That's great and all, but how's his jump shot? And it's like, well, my jump shot's good. It's just not going to be at the same level as some of these higher end competitors. And but that's not what drew me to the street ball to begin with. Like I went to foot action when they had a foot action one day. I bought some and one socks. They gave me a mixtape and one volume 2. And then I
Okay.
came home and watched it, and I was like, "Oh man, what is this?" And I immediately went outside, and for the next 10, 12 years, you couldn't see me without a basketball,
Right.
right? And then Volume 3 came out, and I was like, "Man, this is what I love this." And I went to a court, and I did the thing where I throw the ball behind my head when the defender's down trying to grab the ball, and they didn't see that I did that, and I started dribbling without a ball, and everybody around the court was like, "Man, what is this? Like, he just tricked you. I gotcha. And it was like that feeling like you had all these like secret things that nobody really knew about at the time, and you could try on people and get the reaction because it was very well received when it first came.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you took the ball, put it around somebody's head, threw it up in the air, and made that person turn around, there was nobody on the court at that time going, "Oh yeah, you couldn't score though. Oh yeah, you can't do this though." It was just like everybody's like, he got you. Like, oh, he crossed you, he did you. And it's just like that was the place that I was at. And they started to discredit hot sauce, and I was like, well, hold on a second. Like, I think we all got into it because the ball handlers, because of what hot sauce was doing, and some of the moves he was doing, and then the dunks had a place there too. It was
Right.
just that good mixture. But then it gravitated where they just wanted to really ball, like they really wanted to play basketball. And then if they did some tricks in it, that just highlighted like that's where they went with it, but they didn't primarily focus on the dribbling, and that's what I got into it for. But I that's what got me excited, and when that started to fall off that way, I was just like, okay, where am I at? Because there wasn't an avenue where we could put up stuff at the time that really got the exposure that it gets now. I think it's as exciting time as it was back then for people who want to ball and for street ballers, where I think there is a big group of people that still want to see tricks and people get done and people get crossed. And I mean, it just shows by like Bone Collector and King Handles' Instagram. I mean, there's a
Right.
lot of people that still want that and enjoy watching. I know I do. I know
Yeah.
I look at
Yeah.
it every day.
Yeah.
It gets me
Subscribe,
excited.
follow. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. And I had some good people around me. I had XL Young One, who was my best friend growing up. And I mean, to this day, I just think he was one of the rawest ball handlers. But he also, at the same time, dude had incredible hops and could really play ball. And he was a great mentor. I balled a lot with King Handles, who's, I mean, fantastic, one of the fastest I've ever seen. But that was the thing. I wanted to compete and get as fast as him. So I was outside with a heavy basketball and all this stuff. That's what excited me about the sport. So I
Right.
know I'm rambling on a little bit, but that's how I
No,
feel
no,
about it.
no. No, that's absolutely correct, man. Like that's why you're on here. That's the whole thing. Like exactly what you're doing now is you're able to verbally say it and get it out, and you don't have to keep texting and texting and texting and texting. That's why we have this street. It's the only Nomad Hoops has the only currently right now live street ball podcast. So you can actually, if we had people watching us, which I haven't gone to go check, like they can watch us right now live. If they went to Nomad Hoops YouTube page, like it will show that I'm live right now, and people will be able to watch this conversation and then chat with us, and it makes us tangible. That's important to me, and it's important to a lot of other people. Like you said, you touched on a real subject. You said the reaction you got when you did the move. So obviously, we all wanted to be notified. I mean, not notified, but um, golly, it just blank. But we all wanted to be known.
But yeah,
We
right.
want notoriety. We all wanted
Yeah.
notoriety. There we go. So it's how you got it. And Nomad Hoops, basically, a nomad is an individual that travels from place to place that has no home. All right, just to educate people. And a nomad hooper is an individual that travels from court to court that has no home court. You know, when you're a street ball player, you get it in wherever you can get in at. Like yeah, you might have a court that you call home, but like some of us don't have that, man. I'm a military brat, man. Like where I grew up at isn't where I was born at. You know what I mean? Where I was born at isn't where my family is at. You know, where I live at now, my immediate family lives here, but my whole entire family is somewhere else up north. You see what I'm saying? I'm a country
Yeah.
boy, and there's only three of us in my entire family that sound like me. So, like I don't have like a home court. Well, the first time I ever played ball, like in a pickup game, and I talked about it in one of the episodes, I was like 4 years old, and it was in DC, and my cousins were playing in a trash can. We talking about back in like what 87. 87, 88. We out there playing. They shooting in a trash can. I ain't get no buckets. None. That's street ball to me because
Yeah.
there was no tricks. There wasn't any. The Harlem Globetrotters existed, but I didn't know what that was.
Sure.
People spin the ball on their finger. To this day, I still can't do that. I can kick the ball over my shoulder. I can slip and slide. I can slip and slide with a triple and all kinds of stuff, man. But I can't spin the ball on my finger. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's wild, man. I'm getting like you. Like I don't mind. I don't like it's not. I don't see it as ranting. I see it as expression. You're getting the chance to talk about something that you don't get to normally talk about with everybody like you used to 10 years ago. Because we've gotten older. We a lot of us have families. A lot of us have responsibilities that we have to maintain. And this is why I brought it here. Like I said, I told people this once before. I don't have any sponsorship. I'm not making any money off of this. Yeah, you might see my NoMadHoops shirt or whatnot. That's me. That's me. It's my brand. I wear it. Like I'm not pushing it. I have people request it all the time. But for some people, they're trying to get money, and I get it. It's no problem with that. And like I say, if money starts to come along with it, that's fine. But that's not my mo. Like I'm in a hotel right now, but you know, I'm here for work. I'm just off, and I'm doing this because this is my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy
Yeah.
getting buckets. I can't be in the gym right now. My ball is in the car. You know what I mean? I can go somewhere out here in the state of Tennessee right now and go find somebody that's getting buckets. Hopefully I could become legendary and somebody sees this and they're like, oh, that's Zobeone, yo. Like, oh, he said he's coming to Tennessee this week. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, we gotta get him. Let's go. You know?
And that's what I like too. It's like I've connected with so many people over the years through basketball that I would have never met otherwise, and being able to talk your passions and how you feel about it, especially if somebody else is passionate. I mean, that's the true connection right there, and being able to collab with people who are completely different styles as yours and create something that you would have never created is what really got me into it. I mean, there's an art to it, and there is something that just gets something going in you where you're sitting there, I mean, and you're dribbling with a bunch of different people and they're coming up with stuff, and then you see what they're doing, you go, oh, I can add to that, and you show them, and you're coming up with stuff that is just incredible because you guys are all connecting and collabing on it. So I mean, I miss that stuff. That stuff was fun to me, and connecting with people that are like-minded, which I see you're doing here is awesome. And that's why I just wanted to say what's up, and say I appreciate what you're doing, and I hope it takes off the way it looks like it's going to, and I got a lot of respect for this, and I just keep it going, man. But I'm gonna get on the road in a minute, but I appreciate you taking the call and letting me voice what I've probably had it in me for about 5 years.
See?
Yeah. So man, I appreciate it, but keep doing your thing, man.
Nah, man, no doubt, man. And yo, man, go ahead and shout your street ball out one time, man. Shout out who you rep, man.
Oh yeah, so it was GhostRidah YPA. So
All right, man. You
that was
heard
a
it
crew
there,
name.
yo. You got
All right, man.
GhostRidah YPA, man, out there on NoMadHoops.com, man. I'm your man, Zobeone Knobe. Don't act like you don't know me. You know me, Zobe, man. We out, yo. Holla at you.
Cool, man. All right. See you, man.
Peace.